knew I had a hearing loss, but I never really thought what kind of difference having a hearing aid would make. It boiled down to, essentially, just, plain good old-fashioned ego and, worrying about your appearances. And I thought, well, that's a lot of old rubbish, isn't it?
I suppose I was about 35, and all the things that I was involved with, talking to people in my job, suddenly I realised I couldn't do that anymore. And it was a big shock.
Step. Step.
I was about 9 years old, and I thought, well, the hearing aid would hear anything that comes close to me. I would hear it before it actually gets there. So I was in a schoolyard, and there was the couple of guys playing football beside me, and I just ignored the football because I thought I would hear the ball coming to me before it actually came. And suddenly the ball hit me in the ears on the ear mode. And it was quite a shocking experience. Yeah.
I think I was about 25 years old when I discovered that my hearing was not as well as it could be.
When it's not working, you feel like you don't have any ears. And it's like the whole world is not even, like, there's no talking. It's like completely quiet.
Commonly, my hearing aid will give me feedback when people are using mobile phones around me, which includes me.
I'm walking down the road, I'm got my hat on or whatever, and I can't hear that. And my daughter will say, please take your hat off because you're whistling. It's awful. I feel very embarrassed about it.
You can't really listen to music over hearing aids, and you have to take them out, otherwise they just whistle. And I can't listen to music.
The music can be very loud inside, and it becomes a problem with the hearing aid because it's not really made for amplifying very, very loud sounds. So it becomes very uncomfortable at times. Yeah. Go and get it and come back, quick. Take your time. Being amongst a large group of people with the hearing aids, it can be a little bit difficult because it tends not to pick up sounds from different directions at the same time.
The worst thing people say to me is, "Oh, it doesn't matter." They've tried to say something to me, and I'm going, "Sorry, what did you say?" And I said, "Oh, no. What? Can you say that again?" "Oh, no, it doesn't matter." I think, yes, it does matter. I want to know what you're saying.
Sometimes if people were saying something to you, you only say yes, it's okay, because you didn't hear it. Your social life is not so good as it had to be.
Walking in the street in a noisy environment. I'm always frightened that the noise won't go away.
Being in a pub or any noisy environment like a street can be quite frustrating.
If I was in a really noisy room, and there was tons of people. I'd have to try and adjust my hearing aid on 2 different channels to try and hear the people, but I've only got 2 on my hearing aid.
What a hearing aid doesn't do for me, it will not distinguish between something you don't want to listen to and somebody you're talking to and you do want to listen to. It doesn't say, that sounds more important, I'll make that louder, that's of no relevance and no use, I'll make that quieter. Everything is louder. My voice sounded quite odd when I first had this hearing aid put in because I could hear my own voice resonating. And what I heard was like listening to myself after I'd recorded my own voice.
I was talking to a teacher, and she was telling me a story about how she just moved house, and she said that they had a ghost. So I was really interested. I thought, we had one when I was very small. So I said, my mother used to say that there was one in the loft. And her face changed, you know, she sort of looked at me very strangely. And eventually she grabbed somebody and she said, oh, I want you to meet Dee, she said. We've just been talking about our goat. She thought, you know, I kept a goat in the loft. It was awful. And she looked at me so strangely. And I thought, no, this is awful. I have got to do something.
You got any homework for history?
I'm now able to go to college, and I find that now I enjoy studying, whereas before it was a problem. And the hearing aid, it's just changed my life.
I remember that I was sitting in my kitchen and I was hearing the clock on the wall ticking. I have never heard that voice.
When I decided which world I was going to live with, hearing impaired world or the hearing world, and I'm sort of in between both at the moment, and my hearing aid has helped me to bridge those 2 worlds.
I think the most important impact it has is the one on your own personality, because you become more comfortable with yourself, because you are essentially accepting yourself as for who you are, as a complete person.